26 years ago, and his son Neil was born blind just 6 years ago. And they were operated on the same day in 1979. And miraculously, in both cases, their sight was restored. And I think you can imagine their feelings when Tottenham Hotspur invited them to see their favourite team play Leeds and their first game of football together. Our commentator, Desmond Lynham.
McAllister has moved out onto the right of the penalty area, and it looks like Hoddle. And he tries one from there. Good save by Lukic. Dropped it just for a second, but clutched it at the second chance. Fine try, though, by Hoddle. Lukic saw it well, and a good save from him. It's Lacey. Perryman sets up Connor. Greenoff now for Leeds. It's Chandler. Losing out to Roberts. Crooks. Trying to set up Archibald. And just inches ahead of him. Whereas the old partnership, they've done wonders for Spurs this season. Crooks to Archibald. And the Scottish striker only inches away from that one. That's Greenoff's ball. It's for Harris. Hurd arriving. Connor! And he's missed it. Leeds still in possession. Flynn now. Flynn tries one, no real pace behind it. But that was a real chance for Leeds. All the pressures come from Tottenham so far. Best chance of the match so far, though, to Leeds. And this young man, unfortunately, missed it. Perryman now. McAllister overlapping on the right again. Being covered by Connor for the moment. Martinez. Archibald. Good touch from him. And it's there. Well, that is finishing at its very, very best. Took it down on one foot, banged it home with the other. Lukic, in fact, got a hand to it, but couldn't prevent it going in. Galvin again now, with a dangerous duo up with him. Gets the better of Gray. Archibald, Hoddle behind him. Chance from there, hits the far post. And Crooks can't finish it off. Well, Archibald set up Hoddle. It was a superly well-placed shot there. Rebounded off the post, and Crooks couldn't quite make it. Galvin again. Martinez. And again, it was Trevor Cherry who was in there with that timely tackle. Looking for the near post ball, almost got it. Here's Crooks. And Hoddle, and a good save. What do you have to do, he says. He hit that almost perfectly, but Lukic was down very quickly indeed. Marvellous save by the Leeds and Young England goalkeeper. Mr. Ken Thomas delighted, I'm sure, by that goal from Archibald and the first half efforts of Glenn Hoddle. We pick it up again now in the second half. Flynn trying to set up Harris. Dane's off his line. Oh, he's back in time. He was asking for the chip there if Graham had seen it. If Harris, rather, had seen it. Now Crooks. This is Roberts. And Perryman. A bit of space. Lukic had to be down quickly. It's a corner. Lukic, I'm sure, are wondering where the cover was there, because Perriman surely shouldn't have had time to get that shot in. 32,372 people here this afternoon. Right on his head. Dealers. Crooks. Cherry in quickly again. He's having a fine match. This is Graham. Yes, him a little bit too hard that time on Flynn. 6'1" against 5'3"3/4. And the 6'1", as you might expect, came off better. Oh, a mistake there. And it's there. Carl Harris. Well, one wondered if Spurs might pay for one or two of those moments when they lack concentration at the back. It was Miller's unfortunate error. And Carl Harris was in there. So it's 1-1. Despite the fact that I would imagine Spurs must have had something like 70% of the possession.
Well, 1 goal and 1 point each at the end then. But it wasn't the end of the day for father and son Thomas, remembering that the last time Dad had seen Spurs play was when Danny Blanchflower was captain. And the occasion obviously called for something very special.
Now, we've got a surprise for you because we've got Glenn Hoddle here to make a little presentation to you.
Yes, I'd like to present the football and the shirt also to young Neil, who's had a great bit of news, you know, and his dad recently. There you go, Neil. Might be a bit big for you to start off with, but you can grow into it.
Yes, that's super. Thank you very much, Glenn. And Tottenham. Terrific.
Ken, tell me about your day. What's it been like for you?
Wonderful, wonderful. The atmosphere of the place was absolutely terrific, and seeing it all just added the final ingredient that made it absolutely an unforgettable day altogether.
You got a tremendous welcome, not only by the club, but by the crowd too, didn't you?
At half-time, yes. I sort of walked out onto this hallowed turf and raised my standard aloft, and I had the most amazing reaction from even the Leeds supporters. It was very, very moving, very nice.
How did you enjoy it, young man?
I liked there was a play cupboard and it had loads of toys in, so I liked it a lot.
And what about the football? Did you like that a lot?
Yeah.
And what have you got there?
It's the football that they were playing with just now. When they gave it to me.
And what's all that writing on it?
That's all dead. That's the... I don't know, they're just written on it. I don't know.
All their names, all their autographs for you?
Yeah.
I can see you're going to be a football fan for a lot of years to come. Of course, there's a stand missing since you last saw a match. Yes. But what other things have you noticed? What other changes?
Well, nothing really. The crowd seem to be the same. The hairstyles are different, of course. And I think the style of football, I'm not an expert, but they just seem to be a little bit more direct in the old days, where they seem to be a bit more patient about build-ups and things now.
What about the style of the players? I mean, that's of course changed dramatically, hasn't it, I would think?
Yes, although comparing things across a span of 25 years is very difficult off the cuff. I'll just, after today, I'll just go away and think about what I've seen and rake up the few memories that I have of the old Tottenham. And I think it'll be a full month before I recover from this experience and can talk about it sensibly, really.
Well done, Spurs. You lost a point, but I'm sure you gained a lot of friends.
And driving success for the teacher who was blind for most of his life. His driving test. Ken Thomas, a school teacher from Sevenoaks, lost his sight in a childhood accident, as Amanda Fisher reports.
For 41-year-old Ken Thomas, being able to drive brings a remarkable sense of freedom. After living in a world of half-light and confused vision for more than 30 years, driving was just a dream he longed would become reality. Then 5 years ago, he and his 11-year-old son Neil were offered operations to restore their sight at the Kent and Sussex Hospital.